supposed to.
Supposed to.
Ha! Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Listen, today we're turning on the first live piece of Project Firelight. It's a big deal. A DeFi cover protocol designed to ensure DeFi itself. For years, Sentora has managed billions in smart yields across hundreds of strategies and built over 1,000 risk models. And every institutional conversation kept landing on the same question. If you can model the risk, why can't we insure it? DeFi has automated market makers, lenders, and bridges, but it doesn't have a native, scalable insurance primitive. Firelight's trying to fix that using XRP, eventually XLM, eventually Bitcoin as reserves, not DeFi correlated casino collateral. And it starts today with the first XRP pre-deposit vaults on Flare Network. In this live, I'm going to break down how Firelight works, what's live right now, what Firelight points actually are, how yield could flow back to XRP holders, and the risk you have to understand before underwriting DeFi risk with your bags. Welcome to the live stream. Happy Generational Wealth Wednesday. What an awesome day to launch Firelight. Appreciate you guys checking in for sure. What's going on, Corey? How are you, bro? How are you? So a little bit of news on the EU front. We'll cover that as well. The EU is not exactly on the they're not as pro the digital asset space. I don't know if I would categorize them as negative, but they're not just as pro as the US has become. So there's that. I know a lot of people in the EU are a little bummed, but you got to get the regs fixed first. Got to get something. I don't know if it's going to be the Genius Act, the Clarity Act. I'm not sure what, but we got to get that stuff done first. I would imagine so the EU can have something to follow suit. I would imagine is how that's going to work. Micah's not going to do it. Micah is not going to do it. What's going on, XJT? You put a lot of that FXRP in there, huh? Interesting. You must have a bunch to spare, my friend. We must have a bunch to spare. I appreciate you checking in. For sure. Again, happy Generational Wealth Wednesday to each and every one of you. Appreciate you guys checking in. Firelight launch is up and it's running. We're going to talk about that a bit. Market is doing what the market does. No need to go over those numbers. I guess Bitcoin is somewhere around 91 and 92,000. But this is a big deal. I'm going to cover this live stream is actually inspired by a post or from a post from Jesus Rodriguez, CTO over at Firelight. So I'm going to go through that post with you guys as well. So yeah, appreciate you guys checking in. What an awesome day. The Firelight launch is here. I feel for the EU folks. I really do. I feel for the EU folks. I do. I really do. But this is a major institutional grade product serving institutions and retail, and they got to check the boxes. In the EU, is not, they don't have the regs in place to offer this product there. It's not Firelight's fault. They just don't have it, and so they're not going to take any chances. So. Guys, I would just say patience for the EU fam out there. Just patience. So, yeah, and we're going to show the countries. I'm not going to read all the countries. I am going to show the countries. They got the geo block on them. So, yeah. So, you had to check some boxes to access that program, that protocol. One of them involved a VPN. So just understand that. Your friend King Karan made so many videos that found out he couldn't stake. Yeah, I know. I know. I saw his post, XJT. Corey Anderson, what's this? 157,000 NZD around that BTC. What's that, buddy? What is that, bro? Bitcoin's at 92.7. Sweet. Sweet. So we're gonna cover this post. Appreciate you guys checking in. That's a big deal for XRP holders. I'm gonna cover the post. Then I'm going to show the countries. I'm not going to read all the countries. I'm just going to show them. Okay. I don't see the US in there. So unless I can't read correctly, I see UK. The only United I saw was United Kingdom. I didn't see United States. So we're going to cover that. Let's go over this post, fam. Let's go over. It's a big day. Let's go over this post. Let me see here. Share. So this is from Jesus Rodriguez, co-founder, CTO/CPO of Sentora, co-founder of, a bunch of stuff there. So he's the CTO at Sentora. Sentora launched this Firelight project. All right. So today, says Jesus, we're turning on the first live piece of Project Firelight, a DeFi cover protocol to ensure DeFi itself. If you guys didn't check out my live stream yesterday, highly encourage you to check that one out. I talked about the bigger picture here. For years at Sentora, we've managed billions in smart yields across hundreds of strategies and built 1,000+ risk models. Every institutional conversation eventually converged to the same question: if you can model the risk, why can't we insure it? DeFi has AMMs, lenders, and bridges. What it doesn't have is a native, scalable insurance primitive. Past attempts struggled. Correlated collateral, insuring DeFi with the same assets that power DeFi. Capital from retail users who don't really care about insurance. Oversimplified models that don't scale to billions. Meanwhile, DeFi TVL grew to the hundreds of billions of dollars with almost no safety net. Firelight takes a different path. Uses large cap DeFi uncorrelated assets like XRP, XLM, Bitcoin as reserves, turns those reserves into model-driven cover for top DeFi protocols, aims to make insurance as granular and programmable as lending or the automated market makers. So if you're an XRP holder, the mental model is simple. Stake XRP into Firelight. Your XRP sits in a reserve vault. It backs cover for top DeFi protocols. You earn yield for underwriting the risk. I just cannot explain enough to you or stress enough to you the magnitude of that statement. The XRP holders are earning yield for underwriting the risk for this DeFi cover for these protocols without depositing into those protocols directly. It's genius. It's genius in motion. If you get the bigger picture of DeFi cover and what that slant insurance means for all of DeFi, with these major blueprints, I said blueprints, what did I mean to say? Major blue chips like Aave. If you understand that significance, and XRP is the one to kick it all off. As an XRP holder, I hope you feel good and awesome about that. So you earn yield for underwriting risk without depositing into those protocols directly. So important to understand what's going on right now. Today, what's live today? We're launching Firelight, XRP pre-deposit vaults. starting with Flare's FXRP. You can deposit XRP, earn Firelight points until the end of Q1 of 2025, which when we will launch the first cover products and transition from points to yields. And for me, points is just a representation of the amount in terms of value that you deposit and or stake. That to me, that's what it is. We've already secured, says Firelight, or says Jesus from Sentora. We've already secured billions in committed TVL. We've already secured, it's a done deal, billions in TVL. And major DeFi partners, which will be announced soon. Plus a roadmap that includes Firelight, BTC, and more. DeFi needs a real insurance layer. Firelight is our attempt to build it. It's a good deal. It is a big deal. Let me welcome some more people to the stream. Appreciate you guys checking in. XJT says Mexico is rocking. Ha ha. Never an issue here, but nice. Nice, bro. Nice. Oh, you're saying we need to get BTC to 157,000? I got you. Corey, I think that's what you're saying. Yeah. So there it is. I appreciate you guys checking in. Do me a favor, hit that like button. That'd be awesome. We always like to have just as many likes as we got viewers in the stream. Let me share the list here. Again, I'm not going to read all these countries. But again, you got Belarus all the way down to European Union countries. So they got the United Kingdom and European Union countries. Again, probably got the people that are not so US friendly, or people we may have some beef with right now, all the way down to the UK, Switzerland, and EU countries. So that's the list, fam. That is the list. So I don't see anything about US there. Which is so odd to see, because generally in typical DeFi, every country most countries have access, and the US is geo blocked. If you've been in DeFi for a while, you know exactly what I'm saying. So there it is, fam. Those are, kind of is what it is. I'm going to go over just a little bit on Firelight. I left some of my FXRP on Kinetic just to kind of share, just kind of a little 1, 2, 3, how to do it. It's very, very simple. Very, very simple. So, I don't know. So here's this website. I just want to share this website real quick. It's XRPFi, one word, XRPFi.flare.network. And this is kind of like the place you can go to find, what is it? The projects on Flare, DApps protocols. I could have sworn SparkDex was on here, but SparkDex is not on here now. Like, I thought it was 5. So maybe SparkDex is doing some upgrading, doing some different things. That's why they're not on here. But this is a good way to just go to a site and be able to click one of these and not have to worry about phishing or typing in the wrong address and stuff like that. So currently on here, BlazeSwap, Kinetic, Firelight, the site itself, more markets. So I don't know why SparkDex was not on here now, but just so you know, you can do that, right? Which is good. So again, XRPFi, one word, .flare.network. Okay. And you just click the one here. So if you click Firelight, hit explore here, it'll take you directly to the Firelight site. Okay. Important. It'll take you to app.firelight.finance. Important. Yeah. Why? Wow, look at this. Interesting. 49.75 million in TVL, 233 million in points. Interesting. 223 million points. All right, so that's the site I showed you. You know, the XRPFi DieFlare.network is important. It's really, 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 really simple to get to it. I left some FXRP here on Kinetic where I was just lending FXRP. So I left 63. FXRP over here, let's left a little to kind of show you how it is done. Just to kind of give you a sense of what it is, right? And so I'm going to withdraw this FXRP and then we're going to put it on Firelight. Let's see. Let's just do. All right, so let's withdraw. Let me get my. Oh, by the way, you can use the Bifrost wallet directly on your phone. I got a little banner up top there that takes you to Firelight, right? You can use your Bifrost wallet. You don't have to mess with a website. So if you got Bifrost, you can do it directly from your phone, which is really, really cool. I don't like sharing my phone on a computer, so I'm going to use the website to show you guys. But when you open up your Bifrost wallet, right up there at the top says stake XRP to Firelight. You just got to click it and it'll take you through it. So, which is really, really, really good. Now, let me show some people who maybe don't even have FXRP yet. Let's do this. I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna put this in the chat, in the live chat. So if you're watching the replay, you can watch. You can get this link as well. Let's do that. Pookie's in the building. The Blue Rancher is here. What's up, bro? I like Damon to do the minting. Jay Vaughn's in the building. What's up, bro? What's up, my guy? Appreciate you being here. Rick Cisneros is in the building. What's up, bro? Appreciate you checking in. So that's the one. That's the site I do. AU has one as well. Um, really, really, really good. I've used both, but I primarily use this right there. So if you haven't minted yet, that's where you go. This is the site here. You would just connect your wallet here. Hold on, let me connect. I got a little phobia about connecting while do that while sharing the screen. So I'll stop the share. I'll connect real quick and then reshare the screen. All right. So just so that you'll have it, share. Yeah, there it is, connected, right? Connected on Flare, and you would just hit mint right there. Mint, 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 mint. Lots is one lot equals 10 XRP, so you need a minimum of 10 XRP. I only have 6 on here. You need a minimum of 10, and then you would merely hit mint. You would pick your particular agent, and you would have some FXRP. So it's really that simple. Let me know if you need an explainer or a splainer while we're live. Let me know, and I'll do it. But it's pretty straightforward. All right, so there that is there. So let's go over to Kinetic here. Let's withdraw. Let's withdraw this. Let's withdraw. I'm lending only here. Let's do. Let's do. Let's just do 45 now. Withdraw. because I can do it twice. I'll do 2 transactions. Approved, approved, approved. Let's check the wallet. I should be able to exit out of here, right? Was that an approval? I don't think that was approval. Hold on, let me see something. Yeah, that was an approval. All right, so yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll go over to Firelight. Let me refresh. Let me make sure that yeah, only 18 XRP there. So confirm. Yep. Oh man, it wasn't quite $100. I was trying to do 100. Anyway, it's only $98. All right. So anyway, so now we go over to Firelight and 50 mil, nice. And we're in volts, right? You toggle down, if you will. And it shows you how much FXRP you have in the wallet. You can hit whatever number you want. You can hit 10, 20, right? You hit any number you want, right? And you deposit and stake. So I'm going to do all of it here, okay? Just 2 transactions. I'll do the 45 and then the 18, which is cool. So let's do max 45. Yeah, I did 48. So that's what it costs to deposit. Looks like 3. XRP. So deposit and stake. Approve FXRP spending. When I did this earlier today, I did not click that box that says approve maximum amount. I just approved FXRP spending, confirmed it in the wallet. So, and it still worked. So now stake deployments in progress. Please validate your transaction below to complete your staking process. So I'm going to finish staking. Check out the transaction in my wallet. By tapping confirm, you deposit FXRP and receive STXRP. Which is sweet. Tells you how much. Pretty good. 1-to-1. FXRP to STXRP. 1-to-1. You confirm it. And the STXRP will show up in your wallet. Staking successful. Your assets have been successfully staked and are now earning rewards. Remember the early phases, points. Latter part of 2025 will be the yield. So this is pre-deposit vaults, pre-deposit. So there, that is as easy peasy as one could possibly imagine to get that done. So yeah, now obviously with the restrictions, the TVL is what it is, but it is up and running. So Rick Cisneros, what did you say here? CJ, DeFi cover is going to be revolutionary. I agree, bro. I agree. It's going to be revolutionary. As Hugo says, this will give institution the confidence. This is going to give the institutions the confidence to put trillions in with it. Exciting times for Flit, 100%. It's massive. It's a historical moment. You know, this is a historical moment. And again, is how awesome is it as an XRP holder to be able to participate in it. It's pretty cool. Really is pretty cool. So, and you know, Bitcoin and XLM looks like they're going to be the ones to follow. So I don't know what order, but that's going to be cool as well. Yep. Javon says, oh, Firelight shows servers unavailable in your location. Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, there's always that. When you initially get on it, there's a bunch of boxes to check and stuff like that. So there's that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it kind of does do that, Javon. Yeah, it does do that. Pookie says, Siege 90%. Yeah, I hear you talking about FLR token, right? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Um, that's right, Rick. Rick says CJ and 99% of the general public have no idea. They don't know about this new financial system being built. They don't understand how significant it's going to be. Personally, I think that the invention of Bitcoin was the ability to create a level playing field. The creation of Bitcoin gave us the ability as a country, as a nation, as a world, to create a level playing field. And it is on us to create it. It's on people like Hugo who recognize that ultimately the Bitcoin creation was giving us the opportunity to create a level playing field by participation. By participation. Bitcoin, the asset itself, does not equal a level playing field. Participation in this new financial system gives you the opportunity to create a level playing field. Do you understand what this product is? An institutional product. It's an institutional product with institutional grade architecture made available to US investors. I mean, to retail investors. I hope you understand that. No accredited investor, no nepotism, no insider knowledge. Do you understand? That's part of the level playing field scenario. Let me take on the risk and then accept responsibility for the win or the loss. Don't be out here trying to protect me. I can protect myself. I can take ownership of the win and the loss. Right? So that's what this is about, in my opinion. And people, I get it. People want yield. I get it. That's awesome. But the bigger picture is the level playing field. We want Firelight to win here. They could have excluded retail. Now, I don't know if Flair would have been on board with that. Probably not. Right? Because this is in conjunction. This is in partnership with Flair. This being built out. You understand? So, and Flair, and for me, I just believe the ethos is what every crypto person really, really wants. This is true decentralization, obviously access, right? What is the word? The umbrella of this all is a level playing field. So the umbrella, and then there's everything underneath it. But the umbrella is a level playing field. Right? Financial access, not discriminatory, not freaking accredited investor, not going into a bank and putting on a show and dance to get a loan. No, none of that. This represents, an opportunity to create a level playing field, and it's up to us. How do we participate now that we got this creation of Bitcoin? What do we do? Are we creating stuff and creating credit score stuff? Uh, really? In this new financial system, we're going to create credit score stuff. To me, that doesn't make any sense, but that is the bigger picture in my view. It is up to us to, in my opinion, support people who understand that. And Hugo and the team at Flare understand the bigger picture, in my view. Right? Take the yield, take it, but understand there's a bigger picture, right? Where your family, your kids, right, can participate in this new financial system before Wall Street, by the way, and be able to participate on a level playing field. Support to own assets, right? Not getting sloppy seconds, thirds, and fourth in the stock market, but be first to market. Support. Right? Yeah, I think he meant the confidence to take the trillions and put it somewhere in crypto. Because I'm not sure if they have that confidence. But now they will. Well, Cordell, what's going on, Cordell? How are you, my friend? Yeah, we have a thing called the 90% and the 10% bucket on this channel. 90% and the 10% bucket. Every $100, 90% goes into what we call the 90% bucket, which is Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and Sui. And the 10% bucket is narratives like AI and gaming, or next level layer ones like FLR. Narratives could be RWA play like Ondo, a gaming play like Superverse or Super, right? That type of deal. Some people say the AI play is BitTensor. Not me, it's not my 10% bucket, but that's the AI play, right? So the 10% is made up of the narratives that are winning in the space right now, which to me is AI and RWAs. Gaming's kind of up there. And you have to kind of do your research on what those narratives and who's winning in those narratives. We pick what we believe to be the winners in the narratives. I think FLR it's a next level layer one play for sure, but they're venturing out into AI, and I think that's going to be my AI play as well. But that's what we do, 90%, 10% bucket. Now, some people won't include Solana or Sui in that 9% bucket. Some will just say it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. So you kind of have to decide for yourself what that looks like. I kind of look at the top 10, 15 in market cap and kind of go from there for the 90% bucket. But that's what I do. It's certainly not telling you what to do. In fact, don't do what I do. You should make sure that you come to your own conclusion of what a 90% bucket would look like for you and kind of go from there. So I hope that helps, Cordell. Cordell says, thanks, man. The show and thoughts on Axelar, Wormhole. I don't know what RBNT is. And BitTensor subnets. BitTensor. Tau, right? Listen, here's what I'll tell you about Tau and these subnets. I don't know enough about them, but I know people over there in that ecosystem just winning. I mean, winning over there. Create some serious cash flow. But I'm not in that ecosystem, right? To speak on any particular subnet or anything with BitTensor. I'm not in the ecosystem. And that was by choice because I don't want to be spread out. I want to be concentrated. And so in terms of my time, my energy, my resources, and the dirty, nasty fiat that I allocate, I can't be spread out. I believe concentration is the way. So I'm under 10 assets in total portfolio, under 10. And well, I got a little sub AI play with virtual and obviously a few tokens in the virtual ecosystem, but for the most part, it's less than 10 so that I can concentrate, right? I want to be really focused in on Flare, right? And so, because I believe it's covering two things, layer ones, next level layer ones, next level layer ones, and AI. That's just me. I'm not sure what you're saying. A fuel pack node. Read the assumption of risk under the terms of service. They want to use my XRP to provide insurance to other DeFi protocols, well, to other DeFi programs, well, but not to use as a firelight if there's a hack. Well, right, because why would you want to use your XRP for a protocol? That's not firelight, right? That doesn't make sense, right? This is a better option for you as an XRP holder, right? You're underwriting the risk without having to put your, like, for example, you're underwriting a risk, but if you put your XRP on a particular protocol, you double your risk, right? Right? You understand that? So it's a bigger deal. And so this is a smarter play. But again, if you understand what exactly the purpose of these reserves are, if you understand the bigger picture, so the bigger picture is a complete DeFi cover, which, if it works, which I believe it will, strengthens the entire space, right? It will strengthen the entire digital asset space. What people sometimes do is they're thinking about themselves and not the bigger picture. If you're thinking about the bigger picture, like the success of the digital asset space is not a guarantee. The success of just holding an asset in the digital space is not a guarantee. What increases the chances of the success of this system is stronger entities in the system. Stronger entities, like, for example, Aave. We should all want Aave, whether we hold the token. I don't know if they got a token or not. Well, I think they do. We should all want Aave to win. Why? Because Aave is the strongest of them all in DeFi. We want it to win. And so in order for it to continue winning in a big way, where people can turn to that as opposed to JP Morgan, where people can turn to Aave as opposed to Goldman Sachs, we want Aave to get stronger. You understand? Does that make sense? So for me, it's about the bigger picture, because each of us need all of us, and all of us need each of us. Or you could just run the Goldmans, or you can just run the JP Morgan and let them feed you a bunch of BS about how they're there for you. Money Max XRP, what's up? Good afternoon from Cali, CJ. Good afternoon, bro. What's good? What's good? What's good? Well, when you say, are you staking your flare on Scepter? Yep, have some of those. Have you had or know of any good or bad experiences with? I've had a great experience with them. I personally believe, this is not financial advice. Please do not do anything financially based upon what I'm saying. But I believe that SFLR is a massively powerful asset to hold, given what I know about Flare and the Flare ecosystem. I believe that Scepter State SFLR is a massive, absolutely massive asset to hold. User EKFF2U. How long is the unbonding period from STXRP to FXRP? Tested a small withdrawal amount and it's been 7 hours. I believe that that unbonding, don't quote me on this, but I thought it was 14 days. Kind of along the lines of typical staking, unbonding. I believe it's 14 days. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it's 14. I've had nothing but great experiences in the Flare ecosystem, on Scepter, on SparkDex, on Kinetic. Nothing but great experiences, MoneyMax, a Moneymaker, XRP MoneyMax. I'm thinking about my partners over there at MoneyMax. I'm saying MoneyMax is actually Moneymaker. So FLR token can be staked with Scepter, right? And the FLR token can be wrapped and delegated, right? And the FLR token can be staked in the Bifrost wallet. I like Scepter personally. So FLR can be wrapped, staked, Bifrost wallet. FLR can turn into SFLR, which is Scepter's FLR on the Scepter platform. I like that one the best, but they're all great and they all give you rewards, right? You get rewards for wrapping and delegating, but and staking in the Bifrost wallet. I like Scepter, but there's a lot of people that get that Bifrost wallet and they take the FLR and they stake it, get rewards. The rewards are more than just wrapping and delegating, but Scepter SFLR to me is the monster asset. That's just me. Again, it's not financial advice. So again, there's a bigger picture to this, and to all of this. And I started out the live stream just with that. When I think about the creation of Bitcoin, it was not so the people that hold Bitcoin. It was about creating a level playing field, right? Because you think about, and then when you say create a level playing field, that means it's up to people to go out and build something that creates the level playing field, right? Hugo and Flare is a prime example of that, right? And I'm sure there are others, but right. And so making the strong stronger is massively important. So Firelight is attempting to make this new financial system stronger by building Firelight and providing this service, which is called DeFi cover slant, insurance. If we can win there with that, that is ginormous for the entirety of the space. You understand? It's not just about me and my XRP, and if I can get some yield, and if I can, you understand? There's a bigger picture, man. There's a bigger picture. Why? Because this represents an opportunity for a level playing field, bro. A level playing field. No nepotism. No BS interviews. No begging and borrowing from traditional bankings and that traditional financial model. This is new systems about, oh, you hold this asset? Yeah, we recognize that asset is hugely valuable. What do you need? As opposed to going into a bank and trying to convince them that you're valuable enough for them to lend you money. It's a big difference. A big difference. So that's what we're talking about here. It's not, it's not about getting yield on XRP. That's awesome. But it's a bigger picture, right? And I learned that make the strong stronger, right, from my business experience, having built large sales teams, marketing teams, right? You make the strong stronger. It's important. Man, this is a big opportunity. Remember, Firelight ain't messing around with just any old, right? They're not providing cover for just any old DeFi thing. They are, it's the OGs, it's the blue chips, it's the Aves of the world, right? They're not messing around with ABC lending protocol, right? They're not messing around with trust me, bro, markets, money markets. We're talking Aave. And by the way, Aave has been chomping at the bit. Couldn't wait to participate here. And I can't wait for Firelight to mention their partners in this as well, their partners in crime. There's got a few partners. So I can't wait to see that. It's going to be cool. So I hope I said that well. I hope you can think about the bigger picture, not just you and some asset that you hold. And man, I hope you can get the bigger picture, right? Because I just firmly believe that the digital asset space, this new financial system, which we got too early and we beat old money to it, it has to win. It has to win. And the way that wins is by making the stronger stronger, and then actively participating to make the strong stronger. You've been seeing user says I've been seeing Uniswap commercials on Pluto TV. Wow, really? Uniswap is another one of those strong, right? So Ronaldo, how do you stake on Scepter? You just is Scepter in this thing? Hold on, let me see if Scepter is on this one of these things here. I don't think Scepter was it? No, Scepter's not on here either, which is interesting. Um, it's really simple to do. Let's do E. Let me copy this here. Put this in the chat real quick. Uniswap commercials. That's pretty cool on Pluto TV. There's the site that you go to stake. Ronaldo. Linos Chin. I hope so. I hope so too for you, bro. Where's Scepter, right? So you just go there to Scepter, Ronaldo, you connect your wallet. It'll tell you how much FLR you want to put there, and you just hit stake. 41%. Estimated annual percentage yield is 41%. Yeah. So there's that. Yeah. So it's pretty simple, man. It's just connect and hit stake. It's already on stake. Just connect and you'll be good to go, man. It's that simple. Again, it's not financial advice. Please don't go stake your FLR or your WFLR just because I'm saying it. I believe it's a massively valuable asset in the Flare ecosystem. Goose is in the building. What's up, man? Oh, it got delayed. Oh, the STXRP on Kinetic got delayed. Okay. Till tomorrow. Okay. Or you can take that STXRP that you get from staking on Firelight and you can just lend on Kinetic with the ability, if you choose, to borrow against that STXRP that you lent. It's up to you. You don't have to. But again, you hold an asset that this new financial system says, yeah, this is valuable, my friend. This is valuable. You're welcome, bro. Ronaldo, you're welcome, brother. Right? uh so yeah, so that'll be cool, man, to go over to Kinetic and just lend the STXRP. You know, if you got the bigger picture, right? Remember, lending and borrowing in liquidity pools, delta neutral strategies. This is the long-term game, not short-term. It's the long-term game, not 6 days, 6 months from now. Long term. You're going to create cash flow for the long term. I know people in DeFi literally paying their bills from DeFi. They're just paying their bills. They're building up their cash flow, building up their DeFi portfolio in a way. You know, that doesn't mean you have to have a bunch of DeFi assets. It's just you got to know how to stack your DeFi um, uh, positions in a way to create cash flow, right? They changed anyone know what's going on with supplying Jewel on Kinetic? I mean, I know you can do it, but they changed kind of the tokenomics for the Jewel token. They got bigger, better plans for Jewel from the people from Kinetic. I know that. So when you ask that question, Moneymaker XRP, when you lend on Kinetic, is it locked on your wallet or on the platform? So like when you, so tell me the reason why you're asking that question, then I'll answer it. What is your, like your concern? Because locked on your wallet, right? Like, um, locked on your wallet, like you got to connect the wallet. And so when you connect a wallet to a platform, right, in order to lend, right, right? So again, like what is your concern there? If your concern is if there's a risk in lending, yes, there's a risk in lending, right? Smart contract risk for the platform, right? And you have to assess whether you feel like that's a different risk than holding crypto in your wallet, right? They're both risky, right? Okay, so my concern is always losing crypto to platforms as soon, I mean, no. My concern is always losing crypto to platforms as some have gone down. Gotcha. Yep. So you have to take, you know, for me, I've always thought about it as measured risk, right? The biggest challenge that I see with people is when something comes available for them to do, they just go all in on the thing, right? So we have a saying on the channel is you don't chase the game, you let the game come to you. So if it's something that's new, why would you put 100% of the asset that you have on the new thing? Right? because it's new and there's risk in everything that's new, right? There's just risk, right? It's more risk with something that's newer than something that's been around for 10 years, right? So you don't chase the game, right? You start out with small positions, very small, right? My first DeFi positions were $20, $25, right? Just small. So don't chase the game, let the game come to you, for sure. So, yeah, right. Well, what's wrong with 1% or 2% or 5%? What's wrong with that in the very beginning? What's wrong with 1%, 5%, 10% further along after the platform has proven itself out, right? Because these are your valuable assets. So you want you want the asset to prove itself. I mean, the platform to prove itself to you. And for me, that takes time. That takes, right? What is that thing called? Testing. It takes you know, how much volume can it handle? How many transactions can it handle, right? Like duration. I forget the word that I want to use, right? So it's letting the platform prove itself to you, prove itself that your valuable assets are, that the platform is worthy of holding and or you depositing your assets to it, right? So that is the key, in my opinion, right? You don't want 100% of your assets anywhere. You don't want 100% of your assets in cold storage. You don't want 100% of your assets on one cold storage wallet, right? You don't want 100% of your assets in a lending protocol. You don't want 100% of your assets in a liquidity pool, right? You don't chase the game. In my opinion, you let the game come to you, because DeFi, creating cash flow, is a long-term game. I know a lot of people don't like to hear, 3 to 5 years from now, like, right? Uh, you see what I'm saying? What do you mean by track record, user FTU? What do you mean by track record, bro? Do you mean the track record of the platform, whether it go down or not or anything like that? Sure, that counts. That's part of it. That's part of the equation. Part of the equation for sure. But if I'm less than 5% or less than 10%, right? And it's not, for me, like a lot of people think it's the dollar amount. Well, I only got $100 on there. I only got $10, $50 on there. I'm not really getting that much yield, is it? No, bro. You're learning process. You're learning, and you're putting small amounts at risk. Remember, ergodicity. We want to practice ergodicity, right? Get that book, read it 3, 4, 5 times by Lucas Delana, right? We want to practice ergodicity. Oh, the word I was looking for, track record. Yeah, track record is a thing, yes. But like projects got to get stress tests with volume and transactions, right? Because things happen. And when they happen, how do they recover? What when something goes awry, how do they recover? How do they inform? When crap hit the fan, how did they perform? Right? Important. And I just, for me personally, I just been impressed, man. I've been impressed with Kinetic. I've been impressed with Scepter. I've been impressed with Spark Decks. Um, I've been impressed. The Flare system, ecosystem just works really, really well synergistically, and that's important also. So, I've been in a lot of DeFi ecosystems. Really, really impressed with FLR. I'm really, really impressed with Sui. Massively impressed with Sui, and Solana as well. I mean, base is base. But that's kind of me. All right. There on their age, what's up, bro? Says agreed. I've liked all the platform. Yeah. So yeah. So I hope you guys got that message about making us stronger. It's important, right? Um, we want Ave to win. We want Firelight to get this right. We really do. And how can we show our support? By participating. Not 100% of your assets. but by participating. Let's help. Just do our part to make the strong stronger. So, all right, fam. I'm gonna hop off here. I've been rambling long enough. I appreciate you guys checking in. Shout out to the Firelight team. We appreciate you taking on this massive task um, of providing DeFi cover slant insurance for blue chip protocols like Aave. We understand the bigger picture, and we appreciate you taking it on because it's a big deal. It's a big undertaking, without question. All right, fam. Listen, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I appreciate you guys. Do me a favor. If you didn't get a chance to hit that like button on the way in, please do so on the way out. That'd be super duper cool if you could do that. Super cool if you could do that. CJ Sue is part of my Mag 7. I hear you, bro. I agree. I agree. Mag 7 is yeah, I agree. Yeah, do me a favor and hit that like button on the way out. That'd be awesome. And if you happen to be in that 55% or so of people that have been hanging out, listening to, and watching the Crypto Cities, do me a favor. If you've been enjoying those hangouts, please consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this one like I do all my videos and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this, or perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya. Bye.